In every civilization, the outsider is feared. The one who refuses to obey the script. The one who dances to his own rhythm. In India, that outsider is not a villain. He is a god. Mahadeva, Shiva.
He is the ash-smeared yogi, the wild renunciate, the destroyer of illusions. But Shiva is more than just a god of destruction. He is a paradox wrapped in silence and dance. And to understand him is to confront the beast within ourselves.
Let's begin with a shape, not a circle, not a square, but a triangle, rising like fire, like a mountain peak, a symbol of change, ascent, transcendence. And within this triangle of transcendence, Shiva dances his Tandava.
His Trishul pierces time, his three eyes burn illusion. Shiva exists as rebel, ruler, renunciate. Hello, I am Sarmistha.
And I am Rajdeep.
Welcome to our channel, Dharma and Freedom, where ancient wisdom meets the modern mind.
In today's episode, we discuss Shiva's triangle, his dance of the outsider, his Tandava of transcendence.
In the earliest texts, Shiva isn't called Shiva yet. In the Vedas, he is Rudra, fierce, howling, the god of storms, a raider from outside who steals cows. His first opponent, his father.
Yes, Prajapati, who in the Puranas become Brahma, the creator. Rudra is born from him, but he refuses to obey. Instead of building society, he dissolves it.
Thus begins Shiva's eternal tension with the father figure, the god of order, rules and hierarchy.
Prajapati, the creator, falls in love with his first creation, Vak, language itself. To evade him, Vak becomes a dog, Prajapati a buck. Rudra becomes a hunter and shoots Prajapati with an arrow. This myth is immortalized in the stars. Prajapati's head is the constellation Mrigashirsha. Vak is the nakshatra Rohini, and Rudra is Kalpurush, Orion.
In Puranic texts, this rivalry goes deeper. Shiva tears off Brahma's fifth head, symbolizing ego and untruth.
The conflict continues with Shiva's rivalry with Daksha, also a Prajapati and Brahma's son and representative on earth. Daksha upholds order but despises Shiva, the ash-smeared outsider. Yet, Daksha's daughter Sati falls in love with Shiva and marries him against her father's wishes.
Classic rich girl, poor boy tale, the staple of every Bollywood blockbuster. Daksha holds a great yagna, excludes Shiva, humiliates Sati, who then sacrifices herself in the fire. Shiva's response? He brings the heavens down and destroys the yajna.
Shiva as Veerbhadra beheads Daksha, replacing his head with that of a goddess. The goat in Sanskrit is called Aja, another name for Brahman as the unborn immunity. The Shiva replaces the ruler's head of ego with that of self-realization.
But what's this conflict really about? It's about patriarchy, about ownership of daughters, of land, of law and language. Names shift, Sati, Vak, Saraswati, but the meaning remains as it is. The patriarchs want to possess the feminine, but Shiva wants to liberate her as a free being.
Let's go further back, before the Puranas, before the Vedas, to the Indus Valley. There we see a mysterious figure, cross-legged, horned, surrounded by beasts, Pashupati, the lord of beings.
Pashu doesn't mean just animals. It means the instinctive, the bound, the biological. And Pashupati? He is not a zookeeper. He is a master of instincts, his own and the world's.
After Sati's death, Shiva retreats from the world. Sati is reborn as Parvati, but Shiva remains absorbed in asceticism. To awaken desire, the god sent Kamdeva, Cupid, who strikes Shiva with his arrows of temptation. Shiva, opens his third eye, and burns Kama to ashes with a glance.
Yet, Shiva doesn't destroy love. He transforms Kamdeva into Ananga, the formless. As the ash spreads in the universe, Kama becomes omnipresent. Shiva elevates love from physical to spiritual, reviving it rather than rejecting it.
Because real mastery isn't rejection, it's transcendence. To worship Shiva is to start a journey from Pashu, the slave of instinct, to Pashupati, the sovereign of self.
Shiva wears no crown. He lives outside cities, in mountains, in cremation grounds. He smears ash on his body, wears animal hide as garment, a venomous snake as a necklace, and human skulls as ornaments. And yet, Shiva is never alone. He is always with the feminine, not beside her, not above her, but one with her.
They call her Shakti, energy, power. Without her, even Shiva, the supreme yogi, is Shava, the corpse, inert, still formless.
When she is Parvati, she is devotion, soft, tender, patient. She awakens the hermit. She tames his fire. She makes him relate.
When she is Durga, she is majestic, on a lion, 10-armed, unyielding. She battles demons. Shiva never confronts.
And when she becomes Kali, she is terrifying, a force of primal energy, naked truth, the storm of time.
And what does Shiva do? He lies at her feet, not in defeat, but in surrender. To show us true masculinity bows to the feminine when she rages.
Because she is not the other, she is him, the left and right halves of Ardhanarishwaram, half man, half woman, wholly divine. In a culture obsessed with binaries, masculine, feminine, left, right, mind, body, Shiva teaches unity. In embracing the feminine, he becomes complete. And that is the secret of transcendence. To master the self, you must unite opposites. Fire with water, power with peace, Shiva with Shakti.
He is the antithesis of the king. But here's the twist. Kings worship him. Empires, rebels, monks and outlaws all call on him. Devas and Asuras, Brihaspati and Shukracharya, Rama and Ravana, sent with rishis and monstrous gunners, all are his devotees. He is worshipped both in temples and cremation grounds by Ganjeris, Bhangeris, Nagas and Aghoris. The highest lord of the Brahmin priests is called Chanda, identified with the Chandalas, the marginalized untouchables of traditional Hindu society tasked with burning the dead.
This is because Shiva holds a mirror to power. He says, you want to control? First control yourself. You want to rule others? First renounce the income. When the Devas and Asuras churned the ocean for Amrita, the elixir of immortality, and the first thing that rose from the ocean was poison, Halahapi. It was Shiva who consumed that poison to save all creation. The poison turned his throat blue, making him Neelkantha. Even poison becomes prasad for him.
In Shiva's wedding with Parvati, the whole cosmos erupted in celebration. The divine and the demonic all danced in ecstasy. So terrible to look was his wedding procession that Parvati's mother Menaka fainted in fear. She couldn't see what Parvati could, the unconceivable beauty behind this terrifying outsider.
We fear and hate what we don't understand. This leads to prejudice, bigotry. But when true knowledge taunts, the other becomes the self.
Think of the outsiders who shaped India, not from thrones, but from silence, from simplicity.
Mahatma Gandhi, who shook the pillars of British imperialism with his Ahimsa Andolan and non-cooperation movement. Ambedkar, who fought casteism championed equality for everyone. Raja Ram Mohan Rao, who abolished the practice of Sati and founded the Brahmo Samaj. The freedom fighters who resisted British rule, and the rebels from interiors of India who fight deforestation and reckless urbanization today, and the Baul fakirs of Bengal who sing of madness and moksha.
Even in global culture, the outsider archetype draws power. Nietzsche's Übermensch, the Joker's chaos, Dylan and Marley, who championed counterculture with their songs against capitalism and imperialism.
Shiva is not linear, he is not circular, he is triangular. He exists at the intersections of birth and death, love and renunciation, rage and peace.
In tantric geometry, the upward triangle represents Shiva, the masculine principle Purusha, his lingam, while the downward triangle represents Shakti, the feminine principle Prakriti, her yoni. Their eternal union embodies the wholeness of existence.
The sacred number 3 repeats again and again in Shiva's form, in his mythology, in his very essence.
It's a code, a pattern, a key. Shiva has 3 eyes, 2 eyes for the world, the third for the unseen. Left eye, moon, softness, compassion. Right eye, sun, heat, justice. Third eye, fire, beyond duality. It burns away illusion. This third eye, when opened, destroys what no longer serves. Desires, attachments, falsehoods. It reveals the truth beyond appearances.
The same principle is reflected in the 3 leaves of the bay leaf, Shiva's most favorite offering. To offer a Tripatra is to offer mind, body and spirit, will, knowledge and action.
And what of the Trishul? The trident in his hand? Not just a weapon, but a symbol. The 3 gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. The 3 worlds, heaven, earth, underworld. The 3 states of time, past, present, future. To hold the Trishul is to hold balance. It says, control the forces of nature, command time, master yourself.
And then there is the Tripundra, the 3 lines of ash across the forehead. It marks the seeker as one who burns ego, desires and ignorance. Each line whispers a message. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamoso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityo namritam gamaya. Take me from unbeing to being, from darkness to light, from death to eternity.
The myth of Tripura, 3 impenetrable cities of illusion, tell us the same story. Built by 3 demon brothers, made of gold, silver and iron, placed in 3 different realms, Swarga, Martha and Patal, heaven, earth and underworld. These cities seduce the world with pleasure, wealth and power. They could only be destroyed if a single weapon powerful enough could strike them at the exact moment. But such a moment would come only once in 1,000 years, when the 3 cities would line up in a straight line. But no fortress can stand up to time.
In a moment of cosmic stillness, Shiva took aim with that single arrow and destroyed Tripura, obliterating the 3 realms of illusion. It wasn't destruction for the sake of destruction. It was liberation of the soul from illusion, Maya. It was because even the most beautiful creations can become prisons. In a world obsessed with control and achievement, Shiva represents self-control and stillness.
And finally there is Omkar, the primordial sound. Om. The sound of creation and Shiva's true essence as supreme consciousness beyond duality. Composed of A, U and it represents the 3 states of existence, creation, preservation, dissolution, and the 3 states of consciousness, waking, dreaming, deep sleep, governed by Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra, who appear as Shiva's 3 faces, Sadyojata, Vamdeva and Aghora.
3 cities, 3 eyes, 3 lines, 3 leaves, 3 points of the Trishula, 3 syllables of Omkar. This is the triangle of transcendence. It is the reminder that Shiva is not just a destroyer, but a revealer of the path beyond. Transcending A, U, N, lie the Bindu and the Nada. Om. The point of singular stillness and the primordial vibration of Brahman, embodied by Tatpurusha and Ishana, the final faces of Sadashivam, the Supreme.
Shiva's message is clear. Transcend the 3 limitations of time, of ego, of illusion. Become the master of Trikala, past, present, and future. Burn through ignorance with the third eye. Hold the Trishul steady in the chaos of the world. And when time comes, destroy so that you can create again.
This is the dance of the outsider, not the dance of destruction, but that of deconstruction. Nataraja doing cosmic Tandava on Apasmaram, the dwarf demon of delusion.
To follow Shiva is not to copy his exterior, his dreadlocks, his dance, his drink. It is to find Shiva within, to find the outsider who says no to the world and yes to the soul.
He is the beginning, the beyond, and the become. He is the triangle of transcendence.
How did you like our video? Let us know your views in the comment section below.
In the next episode, we shall discuss another shape, another god.
Vishnu and his circle of life, his avatars of evolution.
Like, share, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned to Dharma and Freedom.